Oh, eat your asses up and welcome back to a brand new video. Today, we are actually going to be doing a tier list video. I know I'm a little late to this. This was a trend not too long ago, but I got a comment down below from DLX Games and Reviews. Thank you for the comment. He wanted to know what my thoughts were. He requested top 3, but I figured, you know what, I'm gonna actually just make this a tier list video because there's a few things that I want to get straightened out. Okay, there's a lot of overhyped CODs, there's a lot of underhyped underappreciated CODs that I really want to put into the light. I think for the most part we're all gonna have a pretty similar list, but there's a couple outliers, and we'll get right into that. But I'm gonna start from the very beginning here. So let's see. I think we only have yeah. So it starts at COD 4, right? Starts at COD 4. All right. Here's where the controversy starts. If you care about my opinion, or if you want to, if you would like a video idea or anything like that, to be featured on the channel, let me know. Comment down below if you have any questions. I'm always there to answer. But we're gonna start with COD 4, and I did take out the final tier, which was like double S. And let's see, ABC. Okay, yeah, it's fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put COD 4 because it wasn't a bad game. I'm gonna say that right now. COD 4 is not a bad game. I did not actually really get into it. It was way before my time, but when I did play the remastered version, which I'm gonna group this in here, I think, unless they have the no, they don't have the remastered. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and put this. I'm gonna say B. Yeah, I think COD 4 was the foundation of Call of Duty. I will always agree to that, but it was never that great of a COD, okay? There's a reason why we don't play the same. Actually, this new Modern Warfare kind of does. Kind of does. All right, so what was next? We had World at War, right? I think World at War was the next COD. So World at War, I played zombies a lot. I didn't play a lot of multiplayer. But the little multiplayer I did was kind of broken. I'm gonna go ahead and put this at a C. I think that's gonna be the proper response to that. Because don't get me wrong, it was the foundation for zombies, and it was a fantastic idea, but it did not do too hot. I feel like as far as multiplayer goes, I'm gonna primarily be talking about multiplayer, not the zombie side of things. So let's go ahead and go into what, Modern Warfare 2? Is that next? Because we didn't have 3 until later, right? Yeah. So Modern Warfare 2. Now this game is the one that everyone's like, okay, this is God tier. This is how it's gonna be. For me though, I mean, it was a great game. It's a great game, but it wasn't that great. You know, I'm going Modern Warfare 2 at an A. It is better than the last 3, but for me, it's far from the best. Let's get this out of the way real quick. Wrong one. Infinite Warfare, trash. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and go Black Ops 1, I believe, was next. We're gonna go ahead and put this Black Ops 1. I'm gonna put that on an I'm gonna put that at B, okay? You know why? I have a personal bias for Black Ops 1. I started playing in Modern Warfare 2, but I didn't really get that good. I didn't think it was I was like, whatever. It's a game, you know. But Black Ops 1, for some reason, that game really made me feel like I could play more, you know, and actually get better. I could improve, and that's what I felt like I did for a little while. So I'm gonna leave Black Ops 4 at a B. I think it was great. It had its flaws. We'll leave it at that. Next, Modern Warfare 3. This right here, S tier. This game is God tier, underappreciated. Only thing they did wrong was not put out more guns DLC. They gave you everything, absolutely everything at the beginning of the life cycle. It had the most guns, I believe, up until this year, as far as starting guns in a Call of Duty game. It was almost well balanced. Obviously, you had the ACR, which was worlds better than pretty much anything else. But it's not like the other assault rifles weren't usable. You know, you could go ahead and grab any gun and at least do decent. You know, you would never have to struggle too much unless you're trying to be a troll. Modern Warfare 2, or I mean, Modern Warfare 3, I think it's underappreciated. I think a lot of people will either leave this at a B or C. People try to compare MW3 with MW2, but I feel like they play a little bit different, and the way that they approached the game and the life cycle of the game was completely different. So I feel like it's hard to compare those two. But Modern Warfare 3 for me takes the cake for sure. Next, we got Black Ops 2, or yeah, Black Ops 2. Where's that shit? Black Ops 2, God tier. There's only two. There's only two, and those two are it. Black Ops 2, favorite Call of Duty of all time. Easy, favorite Call of Duty of all time. Those two, have got to be up there with the best. Black Ops 2, I feel like it just had the perfect balance of everything. The maps ran well. The guns felt great. I went back last year. I think there's still videos on it. Last year when it was backwards compatible, I still went back and I had a hell of a time still. That game, it's held up to its age. MW3, same for that, but with less hackers. Black Ops 2 had a lot of trick shotters, or a lot more, I feel like, and it's very hacker friendly compared to MW3. I don't know what the difference is as far as the security, but for some reason everybody gravitates to Black Ops 3 for that. Next up we got I think Ghost was next, right? Yeah, I think Ghost was next. For me, I'm gonna be honest, Ghost came out during a time where I actually didn't have a console, so I was always playing on my buddy's account. So I've probably put in about 20 hours or so, but nothing compared to what these other ones are. And for that reason, and that reason alone, I think I'm gonna have to put it at the top of B class, because I did like it. I think it was really good. Obviously had some issues, especially on the older gen version, but wasn't a horrible COD, I feel like. Just wasn't all that great. So we're gonna go ahead and hop into Black Ops 3, I believe is next. No. Advanced Warfare. Advanced Warfare is next, right? So Advanced Warfare, see, this is one where I just didn't like it. I wouldn't say it's trash like Infinite Warfare, but I definitely don't think it is better than any of these three. So we're gonna go ahead and put it at C. I didn't play a lot of Advanced Warfare. It's probably my second least played out of all the CODs, but I mean, it was okay. I'll put it in front of World of War. I think it was better than that. But aside from that, I mean, the game, it's just jarring. I'm like, breaking my neck every time I jump around. Ugh. All right, so next one, Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3, fantastic game. I would definitely say the best of the jetpack games. I know a lot of people would say that Advanced Warfare is underrated for that fact alone, but Black Ops 3 is what actually, see, I might be biased here. Because Black Ops 3 was what actually convinced me to start YouTube. I was playing that game every single day. I'd get home from high school. I'd just get home from basketball practice, pop in Black Ops 3, and I'd just play all day, 5 hours a day at least. I had to put in the work. It was fantastic. I hit Master Prestige, got it to like level 400 until I realized that I couldn't like do a full complete, which is what I was going for, because I didn't reset my stats. And so I'm like, you know what? Reset, and I got to Master Prestige like 200, 300 before I stopped playing again. So I would have hit like 1,000 almost on that game if I would have kept grinding for it. But great game, great gameplay, fast paced. It really did allow you to be creative with wall runs and all that. I enjoyed it. The sight lines got pretty crazy sometimes, but jetpacks, it's fun for a year. Anyways, we got we got Call of Duty World War II next. Now, this is another one. I played this game throughout the entire 9 months that it was a trash game, and then I took a couple months off, and then they did the whole overhaul thing, and I played it again, and man, the difference is just night and day. It's hard to say that it was a good COD because during the majority of its life cycle, it was trash. It was just not a good game. I mean, it wasn't horrible, it was just bland. And I don't think they could ever really solve the bland part as far as the coloring goes, but they did improve the game as far as being able to play a little faster and allow yourself to actually get into gunfights that aren't both people posted up. They did fix the game towards the end. So instead of putting it at a C, which is what I would normally put it at, I put it at the back end of B. And in fact, why is Ghost over here? Boom. Yeah, I'll put it at the back end of B because it wasn't that bad, but it just wasn't ideal for a Call of Duty game in my opinion. And then Black Ops 4, we're gonna actually do one for Modern Warfare just after this is all done. But Black Ops 4, we are looking at like, man, polarizing topic right now because I distinctly remember every single person that I know saying Black Ops 4 trash, reskin. It's Black Ops 3 without jetpacks. It's there's too many recreated maps. They're reusing the same guns. Blah blah blah. And while I agree with most of those comments, if you ask anybody now, like, oh man, Black Ops 4 was so sick. Modern Warfare is trash. That's all I'm hearing now. It's like every single year, everybody just starts to point the finger at the newest COD, like, oh, you're the worst COD. It's hilarious. For me, I think Black Ops 4 was sick. It was the first time I got all the camos on all the weapons. So I got the Dark Matter camo, which is sick. It took a while. By the time I did it, mostly everybody had it, but yeah, it was still cool. I don't think it was better than Black Ops 3. I think they did it better. I don't think it was better than COD 4 or Black Ops 1 either. But I would say, or Black Ops 1, sorry. But I would say it's better than Ghost and World War 2, along with Advanced Warfare and World at War, and obviously Infinite Warfare. But but that's probably where I put it. Yeah, it'd be right in the middle of the pack. And in fact, I'm doing a readjustment now that I'm looking at this. Boop. Nah, I already made my statement. So before I talk about Modern Warfare and where I would place that, because I don't really have an icon on here for that one, I'm gonna actually justify myself for Infinite Warfare. I know a lot of people, actually everybody that I've played with on Infinite Warfare, didn't even hit the first Prestige, and then they gave up on it. They called it trash, whatever. And I wouldn't disagree. I think the game is trash. But I did play through. I got like 2 days of playtime on it. I ended up being halfway through Prestige 1 before I stopped playing. The game just wasn't. There was something different about the game that I just did not enjoy. I don't know if it was having jetpacks again, or if it just felt like every single gun was a laser. Literally, you grabbed any gun and you could laser that gun. I mean, that's as easy as it gets. And for Call of Duty, in general, you already don't have a lot of recoil in each gun. But for each one to have what feels like the same recoil pattern, even though I don't think they had predicted recoil at the time, but what felt like the same recoil pattern in every single weapon, what just got super old. It felt dull. The colors were good. The streaks were okay, but overall the jetpacks didn't really mix well with the gunplay. The maps were I mean, they weren't as bad as some of the maps we're getting this year, but they weren't that good. So because I couldn't even get to Prestige 2, I put it at trash because I truly did not enjoy my time playing. Now for Call of Duty Modern Warfare, after playing for I have a little over 3 days of playtime. A little over. I think I'm like 3.5 days. I have 3 weapons gold, and I am 155. You know, I've done all that stuff. I've won my gunfight tournament, won my gun games. I've played every single mode in the game at least 5 times. With that knowledge and with how this game's played, ground war and whatnot, with how they, man, it's tough because they want us to play campy and tactical and sit in corners and windows and use claymores and bouncing betties to really trick everybody else when people usually just do that to camp or troll. And I'd say honestly, this game has the potential to be one of the best Call of Duties we've ever had. I think it has the potential, but if the devs aren't willing to budge, I think at the end of the year, if nothing changes, if the mini map doesn't go back to normal, if the perks aren't adjusted for people to be a bit more aggressive, like for instance Ghost, if Ghost is active all the time, and they don't change that, then I think this game would probably sit at the top end of B. I think it would be better than COD 4, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 4, Ghost, and World War 2. But I don't think it would be better than Black Ops 4, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 2, or MW3. I just don't think that it would ever be. Whoops. I just don't think that it would ever be better than than those 4 games unless they did some major changes. Then it could definitely take out Black Ops 3. I mean, even maybe take out these 3 if they really listen to the community. But the likelihood of them doing that, probably not. So I'm gonna put it at a high B. I think that'll be the best outlook on it as of right now. Granted, we are only 2 months into it, so there are quite a few things that would change or can change. But yeah, that's my tier list, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. Let me know down below what you think if I'm completely wrong having Modern Warfare 2 being at the A spot rather than the God tier. So let me know. Tell me your top 3 CODs, and yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy the content. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.